How to create a default constructor? The constructor is having the same name as that of your class name. So here that string is the name of your class, and default means there is no argument is present here. And then in a bracket, that is your body, you are giving that what is get shared in your statement. So what is shared in your statement? In your statement, actually it is written that if you are creating the uninitialized string s1, then string with the length 0 will be created. Okay, string with the length 0 will be created. So here what we do here, we are creating the string with the 0 length. So how to create the string with the 0 length? In a C++ we are using new operator. In a C language, you are using malloc function, but in C++ we are using new operator. New char 0 represent that create a dynamic allocated memory having the type as character and the length of 0. So here one memory is created having the length as 0. Okay, and s is pointing to that memory. So actually what is the meaning of having a 0 length memory? Does any memory available having the 0 length? So there is a memory block is there, and that block is not having any length. What is the meaning of it? So it means that that block is not exist. Very simple. So what is the meaning of it? So it means that s is pointing to null. S is pointing to null. So null is nothing but it is a one preprocessor directive which contains 0, which contains the 0, that is /0. Okay, so s is pointing to null here. So you can say that s is pointing to null string. S is pointing to a null string. Why s is pointing to null string? Because we are not initialized with any characters here. It is uninitialized string. So whatever the statement that it is given in my statement, it should be satisfied. String with the length 0, we have to create it. Now next one is also initialize to initialize an object, and also to initialize an object with a string constant at the time of creation, like string s2 well done. Now what is well done? Well done is your character array. So what we are doing here, we can do here character and here character array. So we are giving here input as a character array. So whatever we are passing here when you are creating the object of the string, and whatever the character string that we are passing here, that is being copied here itself. If you are passing hello or well done, if you are passing well done, then here well done v contains well done. V contains well done here. Okay, now here using that v, you need to create one dynamic memory. So how to create dynamic memory? We know that using new. The data type is char, character data type. And what is the length of that memory? The length of the memory is strlen of the v. Strlen of the v, strlen is the string length function. So here we are using strlen function. So that's why we have here enclose here that header file cstring. Cstring header file we have included here. So here the length of that v get automatically calculated, and depending on that length, one dynamic memory get created here, and now s is pointing to that memory. S is pointing to that dynamic memory. And next is whatever the content of v, we have to pass to, or we have to copy into the s. So the function is strcpy. So v is copied into s. V is copied into s. So if you are passing well done, if you are passing well done here, well done and then exclamatory mark, that well done and exclamatory mark get copied into the or it is get copied into the S. S is not a memory location. S is a pointer which is pointing to that dynamic memory. Now next one is display a desired string object. Yeah, so there should be a display function. So void display is the function. If S is null, if you are not initialize it, if it is pointing to null, then just print cout null string. If it is not null, then print whatever the content of S. Okay, so display will only display the content of that object. Now next one is your functions, concatenation function and the copy function. Concatenation and the copy function. Why we need to write your concatenate function? Because it is asked in our example. What is asked here? Concatenates to string. Concatenate to string. Include a function that adds a two string to make a third string. Okay. So this concatenate function we are writing. Now here, if we are not making that concatenate function, if you are not writing the concatenate function as a friend of this function, then S1 S, because S is a private member, S1 S we cannot able to access, S2 S we cannot able to access. So that's why we must define this concat function as a friend function. So we have defined that concat function as a friend function. We can also include the concat function as a member function also. But I have created the concat function as a friend function because I can directly call concat function without object. I can call it. So what is the input here? First input is first string you want to concatenate, second string you want to concatenate, first and second, these two string you want to concatenate, and just pass the reference of that string. Do not pass it by value, pass by reference. So S1 you can directly access, S2 you can directly access.
So where is that referred to, sir? S1 and S2?
Yeah, it will be when you are calling this function like this, concat S1 comma or concat, suppose there is the object name as a C1 comma C2, and we are calling this function as a C3 is equal to concat C1 comma C2. Now whatever the content of the C1, so C1 is the object of the string. So whatever the content of the C1, that is the memory location of the C1, is S1 is also pointing to. So S1 and C1 both are having the same now. Both are pointing the same memory. So you can say here S1 is a reference of the C1 here. So you can access the C1 by using S1 here. Got it? Because you want, yes?
I understood that concat like S1 and C1, but where is S1 and S2? It should be on the top, right, sir? Where is S1? String 1.
It is argument. It is argument. Actually, I have called it afterwards. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Huh?
Yeah. Okay.
Because we are defining here. We are not
and
using.
Why are you using const strings, sir? Const.
Generally, the purpose of the concat here only to read the value of S1 and read the value of S2, and whatever the content of S1 and S2 get added together and the new string will be made. Now if I'm not using concat, then it means that I can modify this S1 in the string itself.
Oh, that's concat, so I thought it was constant. Sorry.
Yeah, it is a concat.
Okay. I thought it was constant. Yeah.
It is a constant. It is a constant. If it is a constant, what is the meaning of the constant parameter? It is known. Now I'm making my argument as a read only. Now S1 is a read only now. You cannot modify the content of the C1 through S1 now. Getting? C1 content, actually if I'm not using const here, then I can easily modify the content of C1 by using S1.
Yeah, okay, understood.
But if I'm doing here const, then now S1 is a constant. So it means that here using S1, I cannot modify C1. It is known as a constant parameter. Generally, we are doing here for making your argument as a read-only argument. Getting?
Yes, sir.
So S1 and S2, these are the read-only argument that this concat function is taking. Now we want to make a string, we want to make an object of the string S3. So what should be the length of my S3?
Both S1 and S2 combined.
Yeah, the whatever the length of S1 and whatever the length of S2 should be added. So what we are doing here, strlen of S1.s and strlen of S2.s, the both length will be added, and using that length, using the addition of that length, I'm making one memory. I'm allocating that memory location. Suppose if the S1 is hello, HELLO, so that is I think 5 character, HELLO, 5 characters, and S2 is high, 2 characters only. So 5 plus 2, that is 7. So that S3 of S is having the, S3 of S is pointing to the memory location which is having the size as 7 only.
So if there's a space between hello and hi, then what will happen, sir?
We need to do here +1 if we want to add it explicitly.
No, hello space hi.
Yeah,
Hello space hi.
Then what is the length of that hello space? 6.
Okay. Hello space, it will be taken as first string, right?
Hello space will be taken as a first string. So hello space having this length as 6. Hi will be 2 only. So total 8 length is the total length of your new string. Getting?
And what you told at +1, sir?
+1. If you want to add it explicitly, suppose hello, only hello is there and hi is there. So if you are concatenate, it will be hello hi only without space. If you are added explicitly, then you have to add that space manually. So then you have to add here +1. Okay, because the new length will be 5 plus 2 plus 1. Yes.
So the output will be what, sir, if you add +1?
If you add +1, suppose S1 is pointing to, I'm taking the S1 is pointing to hello.
Yeah, hello.
Yes. And S2 is pointing to hi. And you want the third string S3 that is equal to hello. If you are doing this right now, whatever I'm doing, the output is hello hi. But what you need, hello space hi. So what is the length here? 5,
6
plus 2 plus 1.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So that's why I'm adding here +1 if I want to add that space explicitly.
If I want double space, I have to add +2, right?
+2. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
If it is 3 words, sir, imagine if it's 3 words, then
3 words, which one, S1 or S2?
We have 3 strings like S1, S2 and S3. Okay.
We want to concatenate.
Yeah, I want to concat 3 strings and I want space in between. After the first string and after the second string, I need a space. For that, what you should add, sir?
Yes. You need to again rewrite the same function again, override. And third string you need to do here.
Yeah, third string. But where should we add that +1? You just tell me, sir.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. So I'm adding here itself. Okay. So +1 I'm doing. What I need to do here? strcat s1.s. After hello, there is a space should be concatenate. So here I'm doing here space. Getting? And then after that, s3.s is equal to strcat of s3.s comma s2.s. Getting? Now what the s3 of s contains? It is hello space. It contains hello space because I have concatenate earlier here. Okay. Next one is S3 of S is hello space. Next one is high. We want to concatenate with the high. So I am concatenating with the high. Getting?
Oh, got it, sir.
Okay. And after concatenation, we have to return that string. So S3. So that should be the return type is S3 string here.
So actually, now you showed me hello space hi. So it's nothing but hello hi, right?
Yes.
What I asked was if there are three strings. Imagine I am Akhilesh. All
Yes.
right.
Hmm.
So your string one is I,
Hmm.
string two is am, and
Yeah.
string three is Akhilesh.
Yes.
So for string one and string two, that space is required, right? So you added +1 explicitly. What your
Yes.
thought now?
Yes. Yes.
If I want space after am,
Hmm.
space Akhilesh, right?
Same thing you should repeat again. Again do strcat.
Okay, so again strcat for second string and third string, then I have to add explicitly +1.
Yes. First you get I space am. Then after the I space am is concat with the space. It become I space am space. Then it is get concatenated with the Akhilesh.
Okay, so last one, so after right +1, then comma, strl string third. So after C, now strlen is s2 dot s you have written, right? Then +1
Yes.
you have written over there.
Yeah.
Then
At that
you
time
have
we
to
have to do
add,
Hmm.
no, +1 only it will be.
Yeah.
Then you have to add strlen s3 dot s, then again +1, right?
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Okay. So try it yourself actually. So when you try and you play, if you play with that string, you will get to know the logic behind it. Okay. So here concatenate. Actually, you can also do without friend function. You can also achieve this also. Without friend function also you can achieve. But the drawback of using the member function is to call the concat function, we need to have an object. We need to have object. Okay. But I don't want to use the object to call concat. That's why I have make it as a friend. Getting?
So just repeat that again, sir.
Yeah. If I'm making this concat function as a friend function, then I can directly call that concat function like that. A3 is equal to concat comma A1 comma A2. Okay. Now in our case, if I'm declaring that concat function as a friend function, I can call this concat function like a normal function. Okay. But if I remove this friend keyword from this, then this concat function become a member function of that class. If it is a member function of the class, then concat function I cannot call directly. We need to use the one of the object. We need to use the one of the object here. A3 dot concat A1 comma A2. Getting? But I don't want this A3 dot. The concat should be used directly. That's why I am making this function as a friend function.
Okay, sir.
Yes?
Yeah.
Yeah. So though the function that you want to call with the object, make it as a member function. And the function you can, if you want to call it directly, make that function as a friend function. Okay. And the advantage of using friend function, we already know that if we are using friend function, if that concat function is a friend function of that class, then the private member of that class can be directly accessed. Like s1.s I can directly access, though that s is declared as a private. S is a private, but still I can use here s1.s. Getting?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now next one is the copy. Now copy is nothing but for this one, s2 is equal to s1. Or simply, if I want to copy one string into the another string, if I want to copy s2 into s1, I'm calling copy function. And for doing this, s2 is equal to s1, there is a copy constructor is written. Getting? So you can explicitly call copy also, or if you want to use this method, s2 is equal to s1, if you want to do this, you have to write here copy constructor. So copy constructor I have done. Sorry, using the content of that s1, you are making the new string here. S is equal to new char strlen s1 dot s. So firstly you are allocating the memory, and whatever the content of that s1s get copied into this s only. So it is a
What will
copy.
be the output, sir?
Yeah. So you can call this as a, suppose you want to create a new string. Okay. So how to, if you want to use this copy constructor, then you are using string s3 of s1, and s1 is already there. S1 is already defined. Suppose string s1 is hello. If s1 hello is already been defined, and now you want to make the s3 by using s1, you can do this. Yes, or instead of this you can use this method also. S3 is equal to s1, both are same. String s3 is equal to s1. When you are doing s3 is equal to s1, the copy constructor will be called here.
So S3 is also hello, right, sir?
S3 is also hello. Copy, the meaning of copy is you are creating the one more copy of this that existing object. Yes, and here it is a manual copy. You are copy, just you need to copy, just like s3 object is there, and suppose you want to copy, s3 object is there, s1 is there, s1 contains hello and s3 contains null string. Now you want to copy the content of the s1 into s3, so you are doing s3 comma s1. Directly you are calling the copy.
So you have not
Copy
written const string and S1 in
because we need to modify s1.
Okay.
We need to modify here s1. If I'm writing here const, then what happened?
We can't modify.
Here s1 is a read only. What we need to do here, the content of s2 has to be copied into s1. So s2 should be read only. S2 should be read only, but s1 should be write. S1, in S1 we can able to write here, so we don't have to put here const keyword there. Okay, so S2S is copy into S1S. Getting? And how we are calling copy function? Directly we are calling, because friend is defined here.
So and that str copy s comma s1 dot s is there, right? It should be s2 dot s comma s1 dot s, right, sir?
No. Str copy learn
No, down,
works
down,
like
sir.
that.
Down, sir.
strcpy destination comma source. This is the format.
Yes, sir. The down part str copy s comma s1 dot s. Down.
Here.
That one. So
Here, no?
destination is so the question is s1 equals s2. So destination is s2, right, sir? No.
Here
How is it s? How is it s? That's my question.
S is the object S, na? It is a constructor. Here, look at here, S1 hello. Okay, so which constructor will be called here?
Yes.
This one. Okay, now next one is S3 S1. Now which constructor will be called? This one. Getting? If
Yes.
I am initializing the S3 with the S1, it means that I am using copy constructor. So whatever the S1 here, that is referred to here. Getting?
Yes, sir. Yeah,
now,
but why is it S order? str copy S comma S1 or S?
yeah,
S is
because
there, right?
it is a in a class itself, na. It is a class member directly. It is a member function. In a member function, we can directly access the private member. No need to use the object name.
Oh,
This,
okay. S equals to
this
Got it,
S
sir.
is a private member of S3. You can directly use it S, and S1S is this one.
Yeah,
Okay?
understood, sir.
Yeah. So we have written that string class in which these two functions, concat and the copy, is the friend function. We can directly call it. It is not a member function. We can directly call it by using concat and copy. But there are the one function display is there. We cannot able to directly call display. We have to use here the object, one of the object to call the display function, like s3 dot display, like that. We cannot able to call display directly, okay, because it is a member function. It is available into the class itself. So getting the difference between the friend function and the member function.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now next one is the string s1. Yeah, s1 contains Ganesh. Okay, so tell me which constructor will be called here.
The first,
Parameterize.
yeah, parameter.
Yeah, parameterize the second one.
Yeah,
the second one function will be called. Next one s2 attarde. So that is again the
parameter.
parameterized constructor will be called. Okay, now here string s3, tell me which constructor will be called.
Null, default.
Default constructor, because this one parameter is not passed, default constructor will be called. Okay, so s1 s is Ganesh, s2 s is attarde, and s3 s is null. Okay, now we are printing here s1 s. So how to print s1s? S1s can be printed directly with the calling the display function, and display can be only able to call using the object. So here I'm calling the s1 display. So s1 is equal to, what should the output here? It should be output as a s1 equal to Ganesh. Yes.
Yes.
Second, s2 is
S2 dot
equal to
display.
s2 is equal to attarde. Now next one is copy s1 to s3. Okay, now we need to copy. Now here I'm directly calling copy. We are not using object here. Why? Because copy is a friend function. Okay, so copy s3 comma s1. It means that content of s1 get copy into s3. So s1
Ganesh.
content is Ganesh. So s3 also contains Ganesh.
Ganesh.
Getting?
Yes.
So cout s3 equal to. So what should be the output here? S3 is equal
Ganesh.
to. Yes. Okay. Now next one is assigning string s2 to s3. So here s3 is equal to s2. Now here which function get called?
Attarde.
Here the copy constructor will be called here, and whatever the content of the s2 get copy into s3. So s3 is equal to now attarde.
S2. Attarde.
S3 is attarde. Firstly s3 is Ganesh, now s3 attarde. Okay, now concatenation. For concatenation we are creating one more object s4, which is calling the default constructor. So concatenation, for concatenation we are using concat function. So concat s1 comma s2. S1 is Ganesh, s2 is attarde. So it is Ganesh attarde will be concatenate, and it will be stored into the s4. Now you can see here there is no space after Ganesh, so it will be printed directly.
So, but in the that function you have written +1. So will it not be? Yeah, you've written +1. So it'll be okay.
I will remove here.
But if you use +1 explicitly, it'll print Ganesh space.
No. We have to do here say strcat space. We have to do that. Strcat s1 dot space comma space.
S1 dot.
S.
Tell me that again.
This.
Oh, like that you have to use.
Yeah. I have written that already. S1 dot s is equal to strcat.
Okay.
And then what happened here? S3 dot s.
So if you use explicitly, we have to write like this, right?
Yes. S2 dot s, like that. And here we need to put here +1. Okay.
Understood.
So first we will see the output, and then after that we'll modify that program s2 dot s. And here I'm removing one. Okay, and then s4 is Ganesh attarde. Okay, so we'll try to run this program and let's see what is the output. Where is error? Actually semicolon is missing. S3. Yeah, here semicolon I have modified here, so it's semicolon is missing. Control B. So it is only warning. Okay, so there is two warnings are there. Warning, just neglect that warning. The first one is, we look at here. First see out S1 dot display. S1 is equal to Ganesh. Okay. Then S2 is Attarde. Okay. Then copy S1 to S3. S3 is also Ganesh. Okay. Assigning S2 to S3. S3 is Attarde. Okay. And then concatenate two string S1 and S2. S4 is Ganesh Attarde. Getting?
Yes.
Now we will try for that one that you told, +1. Here it is, space, and it is S3 dot S is equal to str cat S3 dot S comma S2 dot S. Okay, Control B. See the output? Are you able to see the output? Here in between that Ganesh Attarde, there is space is added here. Getting?
Yes.
Okay, the space is added. So you can try for the more concat function, that is you can overload this function. You can overload this function, that is, and you are adding the 3 string const string and S3. Okay, and now what to change? Tell me. Str ln of S3 dot S. And now here, if I want to add it, then first one is S2 dot S, and S3 dot S is equal to S3 dot S. And here it is S4, S4, no, not 4, it is S4, 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 it is S4, and return S4. Okay, so here suppose there is one more string is there, string S4 is there, and I'm using here suppose Nashik. Okay, and suppose I want to concat it. So concat S1 comma S2 comma S3. So 3 I'm calling,
Within A1.
and okay, so it should be S3, and there is one more string is there, string S4, and return value is stored into the S4 itself. S4 is
So you've written concat A1, you've written by.
yes, even it should be S1. No? Yes, and to print the S1 S4 content, we are calling the S4 dot display. So your output should be Ganesh. I'm putting a space, Ganesh space Attarde Nasik. Okay, Ganesh space Attarde Nasik. Control Z, Control B. It is error.
So you haven't given cout for a test 4.
No, a display function I have called here. It's 3 literal. Yeah, it is warning. Redefinition of S4. Okay, yes. Redefinition. Below also the S4 has been, yeah, perfectly fine now. 3 warnings. Don't look at the warning. Now our program, Ganesh Attarde Nasik. Getting?
Even Ashik is given, sir.
Yeah, because S3 na. S3 is Nasik, and I have concatenated the 3 strings here.
The Ashik is also there, so that's 4, right?
Pardon?
Even Ashik is there, so there's 4 strings. So down it's.
Yeah, because
Output
it is
is
S4 na. It is S4 dot display.
You've called 3 strings, right?
concat 3 strings.
Yeah, then so Ganesh, Atardi, Nashik has been concatenated, right?
Yeah, and it is stored in S4.
Yeah, and Ashik is also there. So what is that? Ashik.
So if one more string is there,
Yeah, one more string. How did that come?
yeah, you need to again rewrite this concat function. Here, just define. Suppose here I have defining the two function, concat function. First concat function take the two argument. Okay, so when you call this concat function with the two arguments, where is that? Here one. If you're calling the two concat function with the two argument, this function will be called. Okay. If you are calling the concat function with the three arguments, then the second definition of the concat function is called. So there are two definitions of the concat function. This is called as function overloading. I have overloaded the function. When we are giving two arguments, first one is called. When we are giving three argument, third one is called. And suppose if I want to give four argument, then we need to again overload it. Yes, we can overload as many. You can have the as many forms that you want.
But where have we assigned Ashik, sir? I'm just confused.
Where is
Where have we-
Ashik? No,
Down in the output it's given Ashik, but where have we assigned Ashik? Which string we have assigned Ashik?
here, no? S3.
That is Nashik, sir. Can you go down, sir? In the output? Yeah, see S4 is equal to Ganesh, Atarde, Nashik, Ashik is also given.
Yeah. Actually, this is regarding to that one. Just I need to modify here. S1, S2, S3. Now S1 is equal to this, S2 is equal to this. Copy S1 and S1 to S. I'm creating here one more object S5, and here it is S5. It is S5 because that S4 and S3 is already being used. So we need to use here the new object S5. S5. Now here S5 object we can use here. S5 is equal to S3, S5, and here S5. Now concatenate. New object we need to do here S6, S6, S1 and S2. Now S1 is Ganesh, S2 is Tarde, yes, and here S6 is S6 dot display. Now you will have the correct output. S5 copy is Nashik, assigning string S2 to S3. S5 is Ashik. Where? Here. S5 is equal to S2. S2 is Nashik. Where is S2? S2 I haven't modified here. But why?
So just see Nashik you have written, right? String S3.
Yes.
So don't give a space. Don't give a space before that. Yeah, don't give that space. Let's try now, sir.
They're also the same. So what is the problem here? Because S2 I have not modified because S2 is Attar there, huh? And I'm printing S2 as an Ashik. So where is the problem? S5 string S5 S1 display, because S1 and S2 is not modified anywhere. If it is not modified anywhere, then where it is modified? So is it modified here? strcat. Yes. strcat S1 dot S, S2 dot S, and S4 dot S, S3 dot S. Here also it is not modified. And it is a constant one. So concatenate only function I have called, and S1 is Ganesh Attarde Nashik. Okay, why S1 is Ganesh Attarde Nashik? Okay. Yeah, S1 is not modified. Okay. Ganesh Attade Nasik is the correct one. Hmm? This one up to this, it will give the correct answer. But when you are going for S1 dot display, yeah, it is correct one. I have created the new string S5. Now next one is the S1 is equal to S1 dot display. When you are calling the S1 dot display, then it is showing that my output is Ganesh Attade Nasik. But S1 I have not modified. If S1 is not modified, how they are? Okay, just what I'm doing here. Yeah, no, it is correct. S1, so it means the problem with the concat function.
Yeah, it's correct.
Yeah. So what is concat function? Just let's diagnose the problem. S1, S2, S3, strlen S1 comma S, S2 comma S, S3 comma S. Yes, done. Then strcat. Okay, in strcat actually what happened here? S1 dot S. Okay, S1 dot S, but it should not be actually modified. S1 dot S and S2 dot S. S1 dot S is Ganesh, S2 dot S is Attarde. Yeah, it is get concatenated and it is get stored in S4. Okay, let's try the other method. S5 suppose, and suppose it is S5 dot S, and if it is S5 dot S, no, it will also not work. Or instead of this, I can do the one method I found. If I want to concat the 3 string, I can concat like this. That I'm doing in strcat. S4 comma S3. S4 comma S3. Just let's try it. It also modified the S1. So problem with the strcat function actually, if you see the strcat function, what happened? The content of that second string is added with the first one. Content of the second string is added with the first one, but where is that added string is stored? The added string is stored in this string itself. Okay, so if it is Ganesh, it is Attarde. So what this S1 of S contains? It contains Ganesh Attarde. Getting?
Yes, sir.
That's why it is a problem. It is a problem with the strcat. Okay, so this destination, the strcat will be like destination comma src. So it is destination is equal to destination plus src. The content of the destination is added with the src and the destination will be modified here. That's why there is a problem. Okay, so that's why we are not using the strcat, strlen and the string function in your C++. We are using that string, this object as this one, string S1 directly. It is the library definition of your string class. Okay, so the same program just try by yourself. And again, one more program that I have given to you. So anyone have tried the second one? So I will explain the second program. So what generally you are doing, it is nothing but your data structure linear search program. It is a linear search program. A book maintains a inventory of books that are being sold at the shop. Okay, so there is an inventory of books. So it means that there is a library where the multiple books are available. Okay, so the list includes the details such as author, title, price, publisher, and the stock position. For example, take an example of one book. So let us see. If I'm creating the object of first book, its detail is, the first object details is author is Kanetkar, title is let us see, price is suppose 350 rupees, publisher is suppose PHI, and stock is suppose 10 books are available in the library. Like that, there are multiple books available in my library. So 10 books are available. Okay, so whenever a customer wants a book, the salesperson input a title and author. Okay, so first thing is you need to create a class as a book, and then you need to create an array of that objects. Suppose 10 books are there, you have to create the array of the 10 objects. To access the first book, there is a, to access the first book, array name of 0. That is the, to access the first book. Second book can be accessed by array name, object name. Object name can be accessed as a array name of 1. That is the name of your second object, second book. Like that, you can access the whole 10 books by using indexes. The next one is, when the customer wants book, the salesperson input a title and author. So the user input should be the title and the author. So it is search criteria, which book you want to search and what is the author. Now the system searches the list. So here you need to implement your linear search. So you are comparing that title and the author from for the book 1. Then second, if it is not match, then second book title and author will be match. If it is not match, go for the third one, go for the fifth one, like that. If it is not found, if it is not, an appropriate message is displayed. So 10 books are there, and suppose you require the mathematics book and it is not available. So you can say that the mathematics book is not available in the library. And if it is, if that book is available, then the system display the book details. Okay, so if the book is available, so let us see and Kanetkar, if this is the input, that if the book is available, then it will show all the details, that is author, title, price, publisher, and the stock. And so, and then it is asked for the, and it is request for the number of copies required. So if the if your letter C is having the stock as a 10 only, and if the user has requested 2, then that stock has to be modified according to that one. So 10 minus 2, the new stock is 8. But suppose if the user has requested 20 copies and if only 10 are available, then the total cost of the, if the requested copies are available, then the total cost of requested book is displayed. Okay, so if 10 is available and user is requesting 2, then the total cost is, suppose one book cost is 350 rupees. So it is 700 rupee, it will be get displayed. And if it is not available, if the total copy available is 10 and user has requested 20 copy, then the message should be required copies not in stock. That should be displayed. So you have to only use the if else. Then design a system using a class. Design a system using the class. Design a system using a class called as book with a suitable member function and a constructor. So here you have to write one class book having the suitable member function and the constructor. use the new operator in the constructor to allocate the memory space required. Okay, so whatever the memory required, use the new operator that you have used in your string function. Now this actually whole implementation of this example I need from URA. The whole implement, and everyone has to try this. Everyone has to try. I will share you one Google link on which you have to upload your program. Okay, with your name, your mobile number, email address, and whatever the C++ file that you are generating, you have to upload in that Google link. Okay, so I will create that link and I will share you that link on your WhatsApp group. So everyone has to try. You have the time. I will give you 2 days. Okay, today and tomorrow, whole tomorrow. So, and you have to submit up to the day after tomorrow. So today's date is 22 and you have to submit up to 24. The deadline is 4 p.m.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so everyone has
Yes,
to
sir.
try this. If you are not trying, then you will not able to do the C++ program, because the thinking is very different. If you want to go for C++ programming, it is a totally object oriented programming, which class actually in this program it is already all things is given. That is, create a book, contain author, title, price, publisher, stock, and again whatever the function is also given. It's also action is also given. All the things is given. It is very easy program actually, but sometimes the real life scenario is given, and in that real life scenario you have to think that what are the different classes that I can create, what is the relation between that classes, what are the function available inside that class, what is the data member available inside that class. All you need to think. Getting this type of the example only you will get in your study, for your study purpose only. For your project purpose, or if you are in one of the MNC, then you will not get this type of it will design a library or design a bookshop. Okay, design a bookshop through which the user can able to get the books according to the stock availability. Only this statement is there. You have to think it. What are the data function? What are the data? What are the functions available to that class? Okay. So try by yourself. The next topic actually I'm going to start today, but I'm not going to start because I think you need more practice on the class and the objects.
Yes, sir.
That function, how the function overloading works. Try yourself. I will give you 2 days. Again tomorrow, again I will give you the some basics information or the basic program. I will do some hands-on on the basic programs on the class and the object function overloading and all the things. The next topic we are going to see is a inheritance. It is an advanced topic, and if you are not able to relate this class objects currently, then now all new topics are very new to you and you never get into that topic. Okay, so I will stop the today's session. If you have any doubts, then you can ask me.
So in that part one question, part one notes which you have sent, right?
Yes,
A few example programs they've used Getch and everything. So
get
if
CSE. Yes,
so,
yes,
that is only used in Turbo C, not in G++,
Turbo C.
right?
Yes, Turbo C.
And they've only written mains. Before that, they've not written any int or void main. Why is that?
Yeah, what is the default return type of the if you're not giving any function? If you're writing any function,
Int, right?
if you're writing any function, if you're not giving return type, the default is int.
Okay.
Hmm? And get.ch, actually get.ch, you will know that if you are using turbo C will, what, when you are running your program, what happen? Your output will be there, but suddenly it disappear. To get that output, actually we are putting the last statement as a get.ch. So it wait for the user input, press any key to continue, like that. But in G++, and if you are going for the online compiler, no need to use that get.ch. Actually GCC doesn't support get.ch.
So, and if you have any basic programs like example programs and everything, if you have notes or something, please share it to us.
Yes. Solved program or unsolved program?
So you to send solved programs only, sir, so that we can
I
code it
prefer
also.
unsolved one, and I prefer unsolved one.
Yeah, I mean, like basic ones we can see how to do it, then later on we'll get an idea, right?
Okay. So what about your C language? Just I will give you one poll here. Quickly, we have one poll. Okay, we will conduct the poll in chat window itself. Okay. My question is, what is the percentage of your C language? How much C language you know in a percentage?
So we had C language second sem, and we studied for exams, so we just need to revise it. So
Okay.
yeah, all of us did C language in second sem. So
But how much percent, according to you, how much percentage of C language you know? Yes, 1%, 2%, 3%, 5%, 20%, 100%.
so if we revise, probably higher, but you want it like without revision or anything, or now whatever we know as of now.
Yeah, currently, how much? Just give. Suppose after revision, tell me what is your percentage? Yes, Achilles, 80%. Yes, Chandramohan. Yeah. The same question actually has been asked in my CDAC. Actually, it's the first week of CDAC, and one instructor actually has come for teaching the C++ language, and he asked the same question: how much percentage of C language you know? Okay, so we generally give the answer as 70%, 50%, 60%, 80%. Yes, one is saying that 90% of C language. Now he said that I know only 2% of the C language. The instructor say that I know only 2%, only 98% exploring is remaining. Because knowing only the syntax of C language doesn't mean that you know C language. What you have studied in your academic, you have only studied the syntax of C language, but you never study the actual C language. If you go for the, if you are in industry, after 2 or 3 years, actually the same question asked to yourself, you definitely answer that, sir, I know little bit of C language, only 1 or 2% only. Because C language is a very, very vast language. Very vast language. And there are also variants of C language, like your embedded C is there, Windows C language is there, Linux C language is there, There are different C language for graphics designing. There are again different language for your networking programming, networking socket programming. So you can't say that you're knowing the C language greater than 5%. So if anyone has asked this question in your interview, campus interview, then your answer should be, just note this answer. The answer should be, sir, I have done the basics of C language. According to that basics, I can't judge my knowledge. When I implement that basic knowledge in the industry, then I can only get that what is the percentage of knowledge that I have for the C language. Getting?
Yeah, sure.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So, and what's the important language that asks? So, like most of the questions, C++, Java, C, or Python. In most
Depending,
MNCs.
yes, depends on actually that company. But for a fresher, if the company come for the fresher interview, generally the fresher is having that flexibility that if you very comfortable in C language, then you can directly ask to that interviewer, sir, I'm very comfortable in C language, so can you ask me the question of C only? That shows
What's
your
the
confidence. Yeah.
future? So, what's the future? Like, which is the more important?
What is the future of which one?
Programming. Like C and all is like kind of outdated right now, right?
No, it is not outdated. C++ still is having the highest packages. C programmer and C++ programmer is having the highest packages than the Java programmer and the Python programmer.
What about Java full stack and also?
Yeah, Java full stack actually averagely you will get 5 to 6 lakhs per annum.
Okay, Python, sir. Python, many companies ask.
Yeah, Python is a very trending language currently.
So,
But actually you can easily get the job in Python. But to get the job in C and C++, you have to struggle at least 6 months to one year. It can be take up to 2 years. But once you join in your C and C++, your package will be always higher than the Python programmer and your Java programmer. But there are very few people actually they are able to join in your C and C++, because C and C++ are generally used in a hardware programming. Just like suppose that Hexaware, one of the company, again I think that ATM machine, who manufactured that ATM machine? NCP Corporation is there. So that that company is required to access the hardware, and hardware can be faster accessible in these languages only, C++. So they do all their programs, and mostly the network programming are done into the C and C++ only. If you want the speed. So depending on you only, okay, depending on you, which stream you want to. So if you want easy job, then go for Java, go for Python. But suppose if you want some, you can say that here, some struggle, after struggling, but you are getting a job of very, very good numbers. Active numbers are very, very high. One of my friend from the Tamil Nadu, actually, when I did the CDAC, actually, in my CDAC, all languages they taught, C, C++, Java, .NET, SQL, all the language they taught. But one my friend is there. That friend is only doing C language from the day first of CDAC. He has not even studied C++. He only studied for the module only, for passing that module. But for whole 6 months, he's only doing C language, and he's the first person who is being placed in the Nokia at that time in 2007, and the package at that time is a 6 lakh per annum. And the signing bonus, he will get it as a 65,000. Vijay Kumar.
So you suggest us to do C and C++. If you know basics of Java, like if you studied in school and all this thing,
Yes.
like I have studied Java 4 years,
Hmm.
and college first year I studied C.
Hmm.
Now I'm doing C++. So how do I go ahead, sir? I'm doing C++ properly now, starting
Yes.
basics. C or Java should I take up next, sir?
But what is your target? First, decide your target. In which industry you want to go? Your branch is electronics, yes? So in which
Yes, sir.
industry you want to go? You want to stick into the electronics or you want to switch into the computers?
So to be honest, in our college, not many core companies come. So
Hmm.
we have. I want to keep options for both, sir. But probably IT only mostly, sir.
Yeah, IT only. So actually for fresher, for campus interview, I always suggest focus on C and C++. For electronics branch, only focus on C++. Don't go for Java.
Oh, okay.
Don't go for Java. So what
And
happened actually?
yeah,
There is a one phrase actually. The master of all is master of nothing. Hmm?
yeah.
If you
Just
know the
be good
whole,
in one.
yeah, the same thing happened with me actually. I know C language, I know C++, I know Java, I know .NET, I know Python, I know SQL, all the languages I know, because actually I am a teacher before. Okay, because whenever I get that subject I need to study it. But what happened, this the study that I have done in my CDAC actually, that will help me today. There I have studied only C and C++ thoroughly, and that points I have remember all the concept.
How many years you took to study that, sir?
Whole languages.
Yeah, C and C++.
C and C++ hardly we require 3 to 4 months. But
Oh.
again, if you studied the C and C++, it is very necessary to revise it again and again, again. If you have not studied C language, or if you have not seen the C and C++ language of a duration of 15 days or 1 month, you will get forgotten the things. So suppose if I ask one question, suppose can you explain the concept of structure? You can able to answer the question very easily. Okay, but if I get into the deep of that structure, then you have to recall. You say that, sir, this is in my second semester, I have to recall it. So that's why recalling is very, very important. Just study, just read the books, whatever the C++ books, always keep in front of you.
So, and these examples which you're sending, right? So programs.
Hmm.
So all these are like important for even placement point of view, right? All these questions.
No. These programs are not important for the placement point of view. The placement programs I will send you. If you want the placement point of view program, then join NPTEL course. NPTEL, programming in C++. There you will get that type of the programs, because that program is there which is nowhere printing. If you search the same program statement on Google, you will not get answer anywhere. That has been dynamic time they design the programs.
Only questions they'll give, or even they'll give answers. So
No. They only give the questions. They are not going to give the answers.
okay,
Never they give the answers. Answers, because answer is not unique. The same program you can solve in a several ways. And if I give you the one solution of that program, then you stick to that solution only. You are not thinking beyond that. So it requires out of box thinking.
So you don't have placement point of view questions or anything?
Yes, I have whole things. C as well as C++, Python, all the things I have. I will share you, but after this one, after completing this.
Yeah. Understood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if I share na, so you are going for that one and you are not studying basics. I strictly say that stick to the basics. Stick to basics.
Okay, sir.
I miss one company only because of one question.
Which one, sir?
That question was, write a program to get that given number is a even number or odd number, but they mention that do not use modulo operator. So what happened, that even number odd number, we know that the basic program is there.
Modulus, yeah, modulus 2,
we
divisible by
always
2.
we always use modulo operator, but they mention that do not use modulo operator. So I never tried that. So one program has to try in a 2 or 3 ways. And
What's
that
the answer for that, sir?
and that solution of that even number odd number, actually it is mentioned in the book itself. So I have studied from the book.
Not equal to 0 something, right? Not equal to 0.
Yeah, but modulo operator is used there. So the
No,
answer
not
was,
equal to 0. Something with not, sir. What's the solution, sir?
it is using the AND operator. Use the AND operator, mask the whole bits, only use the last bit. Even number is having the last bit as a 0. Use bitwise operator.
So you send that program.
Okay. There are
Right.
lots of programs are there actually. That program will help you to get into the placement.
Yeah, please share, sir. Yeah, thanks.
Yes. Okay. Thank you.